From the heart of Texas, where the winds blow free, Matt and Erlane under Texas skies. Faith, truth, and events unfold. In every episode, our story's told.
What is up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Automotive Truth. I am the Matt Pollard.
I'm Elaine Pollard.
And listen, if nobody's told you yet, this has been weighing on me. I wanted to say this every time we start, but you did a good job. You got through another day.
Oh, yes.
We love you.
You did it.
You can do it. No matter what anybody says, no matter what troubles have come before, you can do it.
Yes.
You can make it.
Just like you did it today, you can do it again tomorrow.
Do it again tomorrow.
Lord willing, we see another day.
When an alarm clock goes off, you can get up, shut it off, get in the shower, and do it all over again.
That is it. Very encouraging. You know what else we need you to do? Subscribe. Subscribe right now and share it with somebody, because they also need to hear that. They need to hear that intro.
Be encouraging. Encourage one another.
And if nobody encourages you, the Bible says you can encourage yourself. David encouraged himself in the Lord.
Amen.
All right, honey.
If you don't ever read the Bible, read David. That'll encourage you.
The book of Psalms, yes.
Get into it. Okay, speaking of getting into it, you ready?
I am.
Did you subscribe? Did you like? Did you share? You told your mama? Rants.
All right. Now we're gonna rant. If I can only find my rant. So Matt, I know, we're just so sick of talking about this girl, and probably, she does it so we can talk about her. So we're going to talk about her.
I don't know what's going on in Texas.
This Jasmine Crockett lady is just unbelievable. I mean, she even got Trump talking about her. He's like, he said some, that she's not educated and all this stuff, but she really is educated. It's just she's really trying to put up an act of somebody that she's not. Really not doing a good job. So in this video that I'm going to show you, she went to a university. I'm not sure what university it was. But anyways, she went there to give the graduates a pep talk and so forth.
How'd that work out for her?
And except, her little pep talk. And then there's people, watch the people in the background. There's one particular person, one older gentleman that's on the right hand in the back of her, I believe.
Okay.
And he's making like these, he's got like a poker face, and he's like looking around, looking to see what everybody else's reaction is. But what she encouraged, speaking of encouragement, what she was encouraging the graduates to do was not very good. Not
good advice.
No, it wasn't good advice, and it was just. Anyways, you'll see for yourself.
There are going to be people that tell you that you don't belong, and I am here to tell you over and over and over that you absolutely belong. There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table.
Okay, you see the guy over there
with the sunglasses, or the guy in the mustache?
The guy with the mustache that has his hat tilted like
he already looks aggravated and annoyed.
The guy that's behind her with the shades, he's actually agreeing with her. He's like shaking his head every time she says something. Where's this over and over and over accent coming from? Again,
it's a Democrat thing. It's a Democrat thing. All the women have to have accents.
Is she? I don't know where she's from, but I thought she was from down south somewhere. I really don't think she's either from Boston or from New York or from Jersey with the over and over. Anyway, let me play it over so you can hear.
And I am here to tell you over and over and over that you absolutely belong. There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you, but I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it.
I'm going to show you what she's talking about.
Let me be the first one to tell you that I know that y'all are ready to put your boots on the ground.
You had to write that speech and then roll your eyes?
There we go.
So first of all, well, second of all, third of all, what she's saying is she's inciting. Well, first of all, she's saying to them, somebody's going to tell you there ain't a seat for you. Somebody's going to. Why are you preparing them for this
violence?
What? No. Well, why are you preparing them for opposition? No. They have an education. They are ready to go out into the world. Why would you throw them into the world with that type of mentality, with that type of, they're going to push back. Oh, they're not going to have a seat for you. Oh, why would you do that? Just already inciting negativity in young people,
Because
and so
they have to keep division.
And so I'm going to show you what she's talking about. This
Montgomery.
Wasn't
that with the chairs and the fighting in Alabama?
Oh, did you know about that?
That was last year.
It was actually in 2023 that it happened.
That was so many years ago.
So I actually have the thing here. Well, it doesn't matter. Let me just show the actual video. It's coming right behind it. She's making a point of that they can use chairs and this is or whatever. Was that incident in 2023 when this boat situation happened with a guy that was driving the boat for some business, a dinner boat thing, and then another party that had another boat, pontoon boat or something, whatever, was parked around along where they're supposed to park at. And so I guess apparently they weren't supposed to be parked there, the other party, which were white people. And so the boater, the guy that was driving the dinner party, went over there and started to undo their boat so it would drift away. Mm-hmm. And so there's a video of a woman taking she's on that boat, that dinner boat, and she's taking the video and she's saying, oh, look, they weren't supposed to park there. And so our captain is going over there and he's taking matters into his own hands and he's letting the pontoon go because they weren't supposed to be parked or whatever. So anyways, as he's doing it, he's approached by another gentleman. And so then all these other guys start coming and then the black gentleman that was on the pontoon boat starts like arguing with these people, with all these, there were men and women. Yeah. And so he's like all in his face or whatever. Anyways, they get into a fight. He ends up getting jumped, the guy, the guy with the party boat, with the dinner boat. And then it escalates into another big brawl between whites and black. And this gentleman starts hitting the white guy upside the head with this chair. And it was awful, awful, awful. I mean, I don't know who acts like this, but if that's what you want to fast forward this. So here's the guy, and that's not even my rant. Here's the guy. He gets no jail time for hitting the guy upside the head, regardless of who was wrong, who was right. He had a weapon in his hand. He hit that man and hit his wife or his girlfriend, another woman that was with him, bashing him upside the head. Right? Get this. Let's move it up. He's got to GoFundMe and raise $270,000. The guy that did the actual.
Yeah.
What is happening? What is happening? Again, we are inciting violence. We're putting these seeds into the youth. This woman who is supposed to be somebody representing the United States, that's supposed to be writing laws and pushing things through help the community. And she's doing quite the opposite. And then we're continuing to reward violence. $270,000 they raised for this gentleman. That could have, I don't know what happened to the gentleman that he hit upside the head, but he could have had a brain injury, anything. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. And I don't know why they continue to bring this woman to speak into, it doesn't even matter if she's speaking to universities or big conferences or whatever, because she's going to get on YouTube and do a video, or she's going to get on, TikTok and do a TikTok and act a fool. And this is what's representing, the United States. Forget the Democratic Party, forget the Republican Party, just representing the United States. And it's a disgrace.
And worst of all, Texas.
Yeah. And Texas on top of that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know when she's going to stop all this, but she actually, AOC stopped, and now this woman took over. I mean, she didn't really stop, but she's actually beating AOC at this point with the degeneracy was the word that I was looking for last time. The degeneracy is ridiculous.
Well, they needed another minority to take over the dumb IQ
it's unbelievable.
spot.
Why do we have to look so stupid, like, and so degenerate, and so like we're dumb, like I know I don't have the perfect English. I may not speak eloquent as many might, but come on, that's just degeneracy right there. Like, come on, and stop trying to play the part.
Well, that's
if you're not about that life.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's what they think the black community is.
It's terrible.
And if you can't see that, I'm sorry. Terrible.
All right, man, Paulo, let's continue. That was my rant. Yeah, my screen went away for some reason. And so, yeah, there it is. There you have it.
All right.
You got anything to say about Miss Crockett?
Oh, I got a lot to say, but I'll be unmonetized on YouTube. So listen, I had a shipment come in to United States Postal Service, and it says delivered. I opened my mailbox. Guess what? It wasn't there.
Did you check it now? No,
I haven't been home. And then, so I was like, hey, I told her, Lane, I said, can you go check the post office? Here's the tracking number. It says it was delivered. She goes there, and then she said, we might have made a mistake, but it says it was delivered.
Yeah.
It's not in the mailbox.
And then she asked me, did you check the mailbox? Ma'am.
Why do you think I'm here? Stupid.
I told her.
Is your name Jasmine?
I told her, I said, I got to be honest with you. I didn't check it this morning, but I checked it on Friday when it said it was delivered, and I checked it on Saturday, and it wasn't there. So, and she said, well, he might have put it in the parcel locker and not put the key in there. And okay, well, whatever. Just find my package.
Yep. I want my dang T-shirts. I'd rather take the Lamborghini, but okay, let's get in the news.
Let's go. You did a little combo there. All right, I wasn't even ready for automotive news, but let's go into these automotive news. Let's start with a little tariff talk. Little tariff talk.
That should be a podcast.
Little tariff talk.
Hey, quit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Find your videos.
I got it.
We went out to brunch on Sunday afternoon, and there was a Tesla next to us. And I said, there needs to be a camera. There needs to be an Instagram channel called Tesla Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Not just these retards. I'm sorry. These morons. I'm sorry. These people vandalizing the Teslas. Not just those videos, but just the random things people do next to cars. There should be an Instagram channel called Tesla Cam.
There was a reason why he said that, because I was getting out the car. I won't tell you the details, but after I did it, I went like this to them and walked away.
But even before that,
because he said, "Honey, you realize that there's a Tesla. They're recording you right now."
I said, "You're on Tesla Cam."
I was feeling uncomfortable, so I had to,
have to make some adjustments.
Use your imagination.
Anyways,
all right.
So make an Instagram channel. That'd be interesting.
There you go. It's out there. Make a little bit of money in it, yo. We sold this the idea. All right. So let's talk about these little automotive tariffs and how it's affecting.
All right, so the big topic
whether
we've
it's
been covering
affecting.
is
Oh,
tariffs.
you mean the
And I'm
tariffs that
wondering
were
how you guys-
canceled? Automotive tariffs were canceled.
How you guys feel about how that has all rolled out?
Well, that's $1 million question. I'm for the tariffs. I think it'll help our auto workers. The thing with the tariffs.
Oh, this is CO4, isn't it?
Yeah, these are the actual auto workers that are out there.
Thing with the
The
tariffs
union
is if you ask 50 different people, you're going to get 50 different answers. I'm confident that our president knows what he's doing with this,
That's
and we
right.
can help the auto industry bring back our
Amen.
jobs.
It amazes me that a lot of people can't do the easy math of they charge us, but we don't charge them. That is just absolute
Right.
nonsense.
I like
And
how they're all
I'm
wearing
glad we
red
got it.
shirts.
But yeah, I think it's going
They
to
all
even
say
the playing
that
field for sure.
Well, I
auto
think it's
workers
long
are-
overdue. We face a lot of tariff barriers from our trade partners, both in Asia and Europe. And, you know, tariff
they selling
barriers
Make
and
America
non-tariff
Great
barriers,
They sure are.
monetary barriers like regulations and different
Gotta pay
things
for them
that are
tariffs.
put up specifically to keep our products from being sold or imported into other countries. Donald Trump is using tariffs as sort of leverage or a stick to get our
So Suri,
Dude, the devil is a liar.
Suri is trying to
What's
tell
wrong
us
with his phone?
about tariffs while we're recording.
No, she was calling Abbott terrorist.
Oh,
What the heck is going on? My phone just randomly called Elaine earlier. And I'm like, what's up, hon? What do you want? She's like, you called me. I'm like, I'm listening to a podcast. I didn't call you.
so you were calling Abbott Terrace. Abbott Terrace was
Yeah.
the convalescent home I used to go and minister at.
other
This is why I
our
like
trade partners,
podcasts.
other countries, to sit down at the negotiating table and negotiate fair trade agreements so we can all bring our trade barriers down together and eliminate some of these barriers that we face overseas. He also wants foreign companies to bring their production facilities, their plants here to the United States. If they want
That's
to
right.
sell into our market, he's trying to create some incentive for them to have to build their plants here in America.
So with the tariffs, we are expecting we're expecting slowdowns in production. So I'm only a muesli assembly worker, but from what I hear and from what I've studied in school is that tariffs do not.
Okay, so there's the problem.
What I studied in school.
There's the number one problem.
What I studied in school.
Do you see the difference between the older generation, the ones that had been, working and, since God knows when, and then the new generation that's starting up behind it? Total different mentality of the tariff. Let me let him continue talking.
Do not help the middle class. They don't. They are a regressive tax. And so for the most part, there have been times when tariffs have been put up and it has had the opposite effect of what they were intended. The Smoot-Hawley tariffs are a big example of that.
So
All right, time out.
a lot of the people we just spoke to
Middle class. What's the income of the middle class?
30,000 a year.
Okay. 0 income tax for families under $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
How are the tariffs not helping? Again, the more money you keep, you pay the tax when you spend it. That's what we want.
Yeah.
we just spoke to inside are, argue that tariffs will help the auto industry in the long term. What do you think about that?
I don't think so. You can strategically place tariffs, but you cannot blanket them. You
Okay.
cannot put a blanket tariff on the entire country. You can put tariffs on and incentivize the companies to bring jobs back, which is what Joe Biden did. But for the most part, you cannot just do a blanket tariff, or else you will have disastrous effects on the economy.
Do
How
you
does he
think
know this?
more foreign automakers
Because of
should
his
be
government
building
classes.
plants in the United States?
I think so.
This
I
is
think
what
we
Sawyer
need a
and I go over.
manufacturing arm in this country. For as long as I can remember when I was growing up, my parents have taught me this is a service economy. This is a country where we service others. That's how we've kept the United States to be the #1 global reserve currency. But when we started outsourcing jobs, we lost the manufacturing arm of this country.
And what do you think should be done to get it back?
Incentives. I think the
He's
big three
talking
should
in
be
circles.
incentivized to bring jobs back, not strong armed.
What the
into
heck
bringing
do you
jobs
think
back.
is going on,
Because you
kid?
can't build
That's the problem. The problem he doesn't know really what the tariffs mean.
And then I like the reporter, how they're like, you know what? I'm just going to ask it the question a different way.
Yeah.
And then he gives a totally different answer to the same question she just asked. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of programming is happening, and maybe he was in college. I don't know. Maybe he just graduated high school. I don't know.
I don't
Either
know.
way,
All these kids look 12. I don't know.
I know, right? So true. He's misinformed.
So the apprentice at the auto repair shop, at our shop,
Hmm.
every time he would get here, I'd be like, did you have a government class? Yes. What did you learn? This is what they told me today. This is what he's like. Yeah, but we all challenge him because he's not. He's a liberal. We don't believe him. We all challenge him.
That's our boy Sawyer. And he asked questions. Oh, he asked questions. He's very bright kid. Thank God for him. We really do appreciate Sawyer. Okay, let's get into the shop a little bit. Let's talk about some situations that we would run into, especially first time buyers with cars and stuff like that. And
Talk about it a lot.
We do talk about it a lot. I like talking about it because it's informative, for people that that are buying cars. And but this is a very perfect example of a young person rolling into the service drive to get maintenance done.
Oh. Hey, welcome into Young Subaru. How can I help you out?
I
Do you hear
have
that?
my first oil change.
First oil change?
Yeah.
And how long?
Well, it's a 2020, so it's its first, and then it started making this beeping noise, so I thought I'd bring it in.
Oh,
This is, and then it's making this noise here.
I hate to say this, ma'am, but I think you may need more than an oil change.
Well, I don't. My dad said I just want an oil change, so you're not gonna upsell me on anything.
Okay.
I'm just getting an oil change today.
Yeah, that's all right. We can take care of the oil change for you. We'll even drain all the bearing material out of the car and everything too. Okay?
Well, I don't want to be sold anything extra.
That's
so
all right.
Just the oil change is
Okay,
good.
you got it. We'll take care of that.
Okay, thank you.
You use the wrong manufacturer to have this quick little parody. Subaru customers fix their cars. You should use like a Hyundai, Kia, Ford.
He can't
Chevy.
help himself. That's where he works.
I know, but
this is Young Subaru. Y'all follow him on Instagram. That's he's does a lot of these things. It's pretty funny.
But what they just did there is 100% accurate. It happens all. I'm not gonna say all the time, but majority of the time.
Happens often, yeah.
Depending on the manufacturer,
yeah.
But you do get them everywhere, yes.
So
that type of customer.
So funny. All right, another situation that we can run into, y'all. If you watch the last episode, we talked about scams. We talked about people buying stuff on what is it called? Facebook
Marketplace,
and meeting up with people and stuff like that. Well, this is a perfect example of a scam when you're purchasing a car from owner to owner. Make sure you bring somebody because this can happen.
Hey, listen to that noise.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that noise. It sounds like it wants to turn off.
No, it's not turning off. It's not going to turn off. That's the key. That's what I told you earlier. You need to catalytic converter.
It needs a catalytic converter.
Oh, now it needs a catalytic converter.
That's the spark plug.
Yeah.
If you change out those spark plugs, they're just gone. Literally. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm going to pass. I appreciate it. Goofy ass people thought they was going to scam me.
Again, if you don't know anything about cars, depending on the price range, if you want to spend the money, just find a local mechanic nearby where you're looking at the vehicle. I mean, heck, have the people meet you at that repair shop.
Right, that's a great. Pull
the car into the shop. Have them do a quick multi-point inspection for $80, $50, $100, whatever it's going to be. And if it's worth it, cut the deal right there in the parking lot. You're safe. There's more technicians in there than there is people selling that car. They're going to have your back.
That's right.
They're going to protect your customer.
That's right.
And then,
great advice, Matt.
Do the deal there.
Great advice. If the car rolls up sounding like this, you already know.
Just leave, yes.
You already know.
Unless you can get it cheap enough.
Yeah. I'll give you $1 for it, man.
Yeah. Be like, I'll give you $5 and I'll Uber you home.
Oh my goodness! She goes, no, I know what I'm talking about.
I know that. That's the catalytic converter.
You just put
the small misfire.
Just put a spark plug in that thing, and the noise is gone.
It's gonna be a misfire, right? When the connecting rod goes to this side of the block, it's gonna misfire, all right.
She said, "You just give me my money, and you got a car. Just give me my money. You get a car." Great salesperson, though.
She should
definitely can't knock her hustle.
She definitely needs to go work at CarMax. That's for sure.
All right. So speaking of cars blowing up and knocking engines, Matt, when is it time to give up on a car? Like, when is it? I've already put money into it. Last month I put $1,000. Now I gotta. When what?
When no girl will date you and get in your car, it's time for a new one.
No.
I always had junk cars, so
Let's talk
it ain't the
about
car.
money. Let's
Maybe
yeah,
it's 'cause
but
I'm good looking.
your car ran good.
I think it's because I was cute.
Okay, that had a little bit to do with it too. You drove old nice cars that ran good, that looked good. They were old, but they were my kind of cars.
I love
my
old
kind of guy.
I don't know. So like we're always like, listen, if you get to the point where the repair is worth more than the vehicle, it's time to get rid of it. And then we have a customer that's like, listen, I just don't want a car payment, so here's $5,000, fix the car. And it's like, but I don't even want to work on it.
And it's happened many, many times. Even behind the service desk, you're like, ma'am, but you just spent $2,500 on the cats, and now we don't know if we do this, if the transmission's going to go. You sure? Like, and we're like, just go away, go. We don't want to be married to the vehicle, because in certain situations, and not all customers, they'll be like, well, you did this, and I just spent $2,500, and it's and so we just try to lead people down the right path.
Dude, I got an argument with a guy because we did a tire pressure sensor 2 months ago, and now the tire light's back on. He spent $190 and he's arguing. There's people dropping $4,000 that are like, but if it needs a transmission, it's fine. I'm prepared for it.
Yeah.
Just put the engine in.
And people rather hold on to their cars than pay car notes. That's just what it is.
Because, I mean, like, dang, the insurance on the Lexus is more expensive than the insurance on the pickup truck.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So this young kid, I want to play this video. This Toyota technician.
I'll say we didn't answer the question.
What was the question?
When is it time to get rid of the car?
Well, let's show the video and then we'll chat about it.
Hey, Tyler, so let's say you drive a paid-off car and it needs a $7,000 repair. What do you do?
Well, depending on the car and what it's been doing for you recently. If it's just this one time where you're needing a major repair, but that car really isn't, pinching your wallet for cash, and you really like the car, then I'd say repair it. But if the car has been continuously needing repairs over and over and over and over, and it just keeps going after your wallet for the money, I'd say by then it's just time to trade it in and try and get into something good, like a Toyota. Like it follows.
Amen, brother.
I guess.
Y'all follow him. Y'all follow Tyler. I forgot his name, but he works for a Toyota store. Great advice. Great advice. Now, this is advice from a younger guy. He's in the industry. He's a good technician. But even from a young man's perspective, he's already saying, listen, now you. If it's continuing to bleed out your pocket, it's time to get rid of it. Now, this is an advice, and I love this one advice. An older veteran technician, many years in the industry in repair, and he gave a great point on how to calculate.
I was going to say, Mr.
He's a numbers guy. So
24 months worth of bills and divide it by 24. You can take out your oil filter changes, because it doesn't matter if it's new or used, you got to change the oil on it. Divide your total of 2 years worth of receipts by 24. If it's close to a new car payment, it's time to get a new car. If on an average you're spending $100 or $200, keep the car. It's worth it.
Yep. That's another way to do it. Yeah.
I think that's great advice. I think that's the first time I ever heard anything like that, But again, old school. That's a great point. That's great advice. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think the young man Tyler was raised a little different than the kid over at the tariff video.
Yes,
two different young people's point of views because of the parents that raised them. Sorry, that's what you're going to get.
And also logic. You some people are just logical. Some people are just what do you call that? They have common sense. Common sense that if you keep putting money into a vehicle every month over and over and it keeps breaking, it means
get rid of it.
You have to get rid of it. You need to get rid of it. Anyways, I thought that was a very good point and very good advice to give people about when is it time.
When it's time to move on.
That's it. Yeah.
And if the car has sentimental value, just park it in the garage and buy another one.
Yeah.
Don't even fix it. Just leave it there.
Yeah, that's true too. A lot of people do have sentimental value over their vehicle.
Yep. And then when you pass on, let the kids deal with it.
Yeah.
That's the kids' problem now.
That's good.
They'll
That's
be like, Dad's casket is right there in the garage.
That's good,
We
man.
ain't not buying a casket. It's right there. Take that and what do you call the thing you put the ashes in? An urn?
In the urn, yeah.
Put the urn in the back seat and throw it in the river.
Jeez. Oh, gosh.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right, so let's go back into the repair shop. I saw this post and I wanted to talk to you about it because it's a Lexus repair, and this guy is trying to say that Lexus is scamming people, and I know we don't play when it comes to Toyota and Lexus. So I want your point of view on what he's saying.
All right, check this out. This is a GX550. It looks like it's got the Mark Levinson sound system upgrade. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a spec or if it comes standard with the Mark Levinson, but it says it's got a premium sound system. It looks like there's maybe two speakers here.
Easy.
There's a speaker here, and then there's a speaker box right there.
Just listen to Jasmine.
I took the door panel off the vehicle, and where that section is, there's this plastic fake speaker.
Yep. Now I'm going to waste my flight rate time to pull it out and show you. Because I don't know.
It looks like there's a cable going.
He's got to be an hourly guy.
But there's no speaker.
Yep.
What the hell? Lexus? What's going on here? Like, this is the door panel. There's a little speaker right here. But then there's a fake speaker for the big section. I'm a rap guy, not a sound guy, so someone make this make sense.
Wait a
Is this
second.
not
you don't even work at the dealer.
What are you doing?
Package?
Wait,
Whoa,
if
hang
you're
on,
rapping,
hang on.
wait a minute now. If you're rapping somebody, I didn't realize that part. I wasn't listening to him. Why does he have the door panel off?
I'm trying to take the stupid door handles off. I don't know. The door handles have one little bolt and then fall right off. I don't know why. he has it
Okay,
there.
Lucy, explain.
So, just because it has a Mark Levinson radio in it, they all have the Mark Levinson. There's different speaker options. So when you go to the parts department, they're going to ask you, do you have the 5 speaker? Do you have the 7 speaker? Do you have the 9 speaker? Do you have the 12 speaker?
Okay.
There's different audio packages into the automobile, and they're not going to make different door panels, different wiring harnesses. They're just going to put the blank. Remember we watched another video and they're like, this is the poor people car because it had all the punch outs.
Yeah, the
It's the same exact thing. All the punch outs are going to be there.
Something he said.
Yeah. You have all those holes there for the different options. They're not going to make another dash. They're just going to put the little inserts in.
Okay. So
It's
because
the same exact thing.
Because he said it said Levinson Premium.
They all have Levinson radios. It's a Lexus. They all have Levinson Premium radios.
Okay.
All of them.
Well, there you have it.
They all just have different speaker upgrades, different amplifiers, different speakers, different.
Debunked right before your eyes. No, Lexus isn't scamming you.
You just bought a cheap car. You bought the cheaper version Lexus.
He's wrapping the car, so you know this. But the audacity to even label
blasphemy.
To even label it scamming Lexus. Lexus is scamming, like, you know.
There is no coming back from blasphemy.
All right. Let's talk about some tires. I did some research. I wanted to talk about tires because listen to this other guy and see what he's saying about junkyard tires, the type of tires that people are that he's finding, I guess. I mean, he must work at a junkyard, but
who knows? Maybe he's the sound guy.
Maybe he's related to him.
Yeah.
Every once in a while at the junkyard, you see that. Michelin.
Okay.
But most of the time, you see ridiculous stuff like that. Crosswind.
Oh, yeah. Crosswind, baby.
Or that.
Pedro Morales
Timberline.
5000s.
Timberline.
Saloon.
Saloon? I never heard that before.
Westlake.
Westlake. I've heard Westlake's.
Primewell.
Mall.
Primewell.
Mojave.
What's wrong with Mojave?
Yeah,
that place is awesome.
GT Radio. Century.
That's a good tire. Watch your mouth.
Lexani. Milestar.
I never heard of that in my life.
Blue Streak.
Oh yeah, that's Amazon right there, boy.
Pathmaker. Ironhead? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. GoForm Classic? Where do people find these things?
Freaking Amazon.
Seriously, there's only one part of your vehicle that touches the ground, and you're gonna go with Fortune Tormenta?
Hey man, it's a fortune.
Save them a fortune. It saved them a fortune.
I mean, let's think about this for a second. How many tire manufacturers do you really think are out there?
Yeah, that's.
Do you think there's, what did he say, 5, 6, 8 different brand of tires?
I got some of them. I actually put some of them.
I'm
up.
just curious. Like, are they all made by the same manufacturer?
Let me see if it shows it.
Every once in a while at the.
Let me see.
And just so Michelin, hey, here's a little nugget. Just because your tire says Michelin, it doesn't mean it's a good brand Michelin.
That's
if you
right.
get your Michelins at Costco, it's a lower brand
It's
of
a
a
wholesale
Michelin tire.
Yeah, it's a wholesale tire. Yeah.
It's not the Michelin you're going to get at Mercedes-Benz or Lexus or Toyota. I don't even think Discount sells Michelin. I'm not. Don't hold me to that. I don't know. Go to tires.com and look for yourself.
So that Daytone Timberland, I just looked up they're not bad tires. All those tires.
That's what I'm saying. How many tire manufacturers could be out there?
So that one's a 55 to 60,000 mile tire, with regular rotations, of course, praising them as the best cheap tire they found. Some users noted less than ideal wet traction, especially on lighter vehicles. So they're car tires. They're not meant for trucks. Is that the same car? Dayton? Oh, I just picked a couple of the same. Dayton Timberland Highway. Saloon Terramax. Saloon. Daily commuting, highway driving, and light towing. It's quiet. It's comfortable ride. Good wet and dry traction. Long tread life with a 50,000 mile warranty. The users have reported that the Terramax HLT provides a stable and quiet ride with good handling in various conditions. However, some note that while it's a solid performer, it doesn't surpass premium competitors in all aspects. This Westlake that he was talking about, I want to go to the consumer.
Here, while you're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I just Googled how many tire manufacturers are there. There are a significant number of tire manufacturers with around 455 tire factories worldwide producing over 1 billion tires annually.
Wow.
All right,
wow.
then. All right. See, we fact check ourselves.
Yes.
Holy moly.
So that one tire, what's the name of this tire again? The Westlake tire. And again, I didn't pick a specific brand, but a user share discount tire offers a set of 4 for exactly $500 from a company called Westlake Tires. Fronts are 130 and the 265 rears are less than 120.
Okay, so that's a staggered tire.
Yep. Tread life may be shorter under aggressive driving habits.
Soft compound.
Yeah. So if he's got staggered tires, that means he's got a sporty car then.
Yeah.
So this is not a good tire, I would imagine, right? Because it's
what you're looking for. If it's soft, aggressive, soft tire, road
they're just
handling,
looking for price. I bet you it's just the price.
Yep.
Who cares?
That's the main thing everybody looks for.
The Fortune Tormenta aggressive tread design provides solid traction on various terrains, including mud, gravel, and light snow. Our customers share the tires mounted great and balanced very nice for an off-brand. They're quiet on the road, and I believe they'll offer traction on all terrain as opposed to. Yeah. So all of these tires that this guy, another debunction. There you go. You don't always find terrible tires at the junkyard. That doesn't really mean anything, but in any case, I thought that would.
They were still holding there.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know if the cause of the accident. That's why we don't know.
He did show one tire in each car.
Or he didn't even show the actual car itself. All right. I wanted to go into this mixed speedster. Wait until you see this. Is so cool, and I didn't realize that companies like this existed. Although I know that a lot of shops and stuff do all kinds of souping up cars or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is mainly for what are those called?
The Mazda?
Yeah, the Mazda.
Miata?
Miata, that's what it is. So cool. I work with a guy at Honda back home who loved his Miata. Him and his brother or his cousin or something had Miatas.
Cars that money can buy. But this company in Florida...
And he would have loved this. He would have so done this.
Florida just made it even more exciting. This is the Xenix MX Speedster, and they basically chopped the roof and windshield off of a Miata. So as you can see, you do get a windshield, but it's much smaller than a regular Miata, so you will probably have to wear a helmet while driving this car. So the MX Speedster RS package will cost you a little over $10,000, but you do get a lot for your money. You get this super awesome suede steering wheel with this yellow marker light. I'm absolutely loving these custom gauges, and you even get some shift lights right here. You also get this entire Speedster body with these gorgeous Speedster humps. It completely changes the appearance of the Miata. You also get these absolutely gorgeous wheels, these super unique taillights with this carbon fiber surrounding it, and a loud exhaust.
I love the broom.
You didn't get the supercharger
if you want to
package.
drive it without a helmet. And the best part is this is still a Miata. You can upgrade the engine if you want. This one makes about 170 horsepower, but it never feels overwhelming. And I haven't even gotten to the best part yet. For just $600 extra, you can actually have a gated manual shifter, just like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. And of course, because it's still a Miata, you still get pop-up headlights. Headlights go up, headlights go down. Headlights go up, headlights go down. Miata!
The best part of Miata.
Yeah.
The best part of a Miata. Yeah, this company in Florida does that. You basically buy a Miata.
Yeah, you have to bring a donor car. It says.
You bring the car there.
Mm-hmm.
You bring the car there, and they'll do all that stuff to it. That's pretty cool. And even how they changed the body on it too, because they like flared up a little bit. Like
it had a little wider body, and then the rear deck there. That's pretty cool. The windshield. It's amazing how cool cars look when you cut the roofs off, right? Or lower, or what do they call it when they lower roofs?
Take the windshield out. Yeah.
Yeah. That looks really cool. It changed the entire look of the Miata.
Yeah. They're out of Florida, that company, if you didn't hear. It's called Xenix Motorsports.
That's cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool that companies like that exist. But you got to bring the car.
All right.
This speaking of fast cars, I wanted to show you this video because it meant it was very sentimental in a way. But this I think this guy owns a racing company or something. Pagani.
Pagani is the brand of car.
Oh, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Pagani Huayra.
So Pagani. I hope I say this right. I think Pagani was a engineer at Koenigsegg or at Lamborghini or something, and then he ventured off and made his own car.
Okay, yeah, because it talks about the guy Christopher Pagani.
Yeah.
But here, let me show you the video real quick. This is really cool. Kind of heart wrenching for
someday.
Kind of heart wrenching for the people that own the cars, but it's a very good video.
Oh.
3.4 million. Pagani, what is it? Huayra gets hit by a Porsche GT3 RS on the track. But look what happens. He's like, it's all right. Calm down. It's all right. So during a track day in Monza, a Porsche 911 GT2 RS crashed into a 3.5 million Huayra BC prototype driven by Christopher Pagani. The collision caused extensive damage with repairs not covered by standard insurance for track incidents. Despite no clear fault being determined, Horatio Pagani, founder of Pagani Automobile, voluntarily covered the cost for both cars as a gesture of goodwill.
Wow.
Because the guy was like sick. Just
because you drive a Porsche GT3 doesn't mean you have money to fix a Pagani.
Exactly that. So look at the way
that car has to be shipped back to Italy. You're not just gonna fix it at a body shop.
Just the way that whole thing went on. He's like, "Relax, dude. I got you." Nice. I thought that was
wow.
Very.
So I love Paganis. Like I love supercars. And when I worked in Greenwich, there was a Pagani dealer right on in Greenwich, and I was with Raphael. We're coming back from the Portchester store. And I said, yo, what kind of car was that? What kind of car was that? All I saw was the mirrors. If you look on the car, they got these unique mirrors, little. I said, I don't know, man, but those mirrors were sick. He's like, all right, let's go look. He turns around. He goes, that's a Pagani Hyra.
Wow.
I was like, what? And we pulled in. We're checking it out. It was at Miller Motor Cars.
We get so excited about these cars. The other day we were coming back from picking up a car to bring to the shop, and like 5, 6, I don't know, there was like 10 Lamborghinis just zooming by us, like a whole caravan of them. The Porsche too.
That was the same
Ferrari?
Porsche that Mr. Paul Walker allegedly passed away in.
Oh wow,
that's the Porsche.
That's the type of Porsche.
Yeah.
Beautiful cars. I tried to get the video. I got maybe like 3 of them.
And they were downshifting.
It was so cool, so cool. We're like getting excited. Oh my god, he's in front of the driving the other truck. I'm in the other car.
I was just like, oh my god, another one. I'm just looking in the mirror. I'm like, another one.
It was exciting. It was. All right, my partner. Let's get this rolling and going here. It's about that time.
Man, I don't think we're gonna hit all these.
It's about time to get into our GG maps, got guns, meat, and potatoes, and we're going to try to run through it quickly. I tried to keep it light, but you know me, I'm like, oh my God, we got to talk about this, we got to talk about that. I kind of overdo it sometimes, but anyways, you know me. Go big or go home.
Amen. Where's Benny Johnson? Is he in?
I don't know where Benny is, honestly.
He's at Fort Worth, I think, isn't he?
I have no idea.
Dallas?
So we follow Benny Johnson. I'm not sure where
he
he's
just popped up, man.
Yeah. But he just gets so much good information. He's everywhere. He's a great journalist, and he's very well known too online. So if you want to follow him, Benny. What is Benny?
Benny Johnson.
It just says Benny Johnson, right?
Benny
he doesn't
Johnson. The Benny Johnson show.
The Benny Johnson show. That's right. That's what it is.
Like I don't trust I don't even trust Fox News, right? Like there's only one show we watch on Fox now, maybe 2, Gutfeld and The 5.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get to like these good podcasters like Benny Johnson and PBD and Automotive Truth and
ABL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got
Officer Tatum.
Officer Tatum.
Yeah, follow all those guys. So
Candace, before she started doing all these.
Yeah, against Israel thing, and again, we're it's not that there's not corrupt things going on within Israel and the United States or whatever. We really don't know the bottom line or whatever. Now I see that we're extending the hand to Israel a lot and overlooking some things, but that we listen to the Bible. We listen to what the Word of God says, and what God says about having Israel as our ally, as the chosen, they're God's people, God's land. And so we're just, kind of on that, and so she's just gone so far left when it comes, not left, but
like,
she,
Democrat left.
Yeah, like just, saying some awful things and just, kind of just bashing the Jewish people in certain ways, and every conversation and everything, roads lead to Israel with Candace lately.
All throughout the Bible, different people have ruined Israel, the country, Jerusalem, right?
Yeah, they're no different now.
Yeah, so just because man is not holding up the standard of the country, I'm still going to support God's holy land. Sorry.
Yeah. So in any case, that's our standpoint on that. That's why we say Candace. We used to, I still watch her every now and then, but once she starts going down that road of Israel, I got to shut it off, unfortunately. But anyways, there's a lot more podcasters out there that have Christian views.
Who's the new guy?
Christian views, honest and authentic, and good resources of information. So we're talking about Benny while you're looking.
The 1440 Project.
Oh, yes. Dan Neville, yes. Which I can't wait. We're going to have a conversation with Dan Neville soon. We're just working on some stuff. But yes, what is it again?
The 1440 Project?
The 1440 Project is Dan Neville. Y'all follow him on Instagram and listen to it. Watch his videos. He's got, oh my goodness, he's also
he's a conservative. He's a Christian.
And
he
was in the military also. I'm not sure if he's still serving, but follow him and subscribe to his channel, 1440 Project. All right, Benny. Let's go into Benny went into LA, and I want to show you this video. I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit, but there's a lot of, I actually did speed it up, but.
I drove through downtown LA today, and what I saw shocked me to the core. LA is a sunken place. There were destroyed businesses on every corner, and there were city parks that were overtaken by homeless encampments. But what really shocked the soul was seeing the human suffering. People digging through garbage in the street, living in complete squalor. Third world, dehumanizing. What really shocked the soul was seeing the human suffering. People digging through garbage in the street, living in complete squalor. Third world, dehumanizing conditions you've never seen in America. Hey, but at least this guy's wearing a mask, right? The party-run state for the last 70 years. Democrat policies that masquerade as human rights policies are actually cruel. They trod and destroy and erode the economic stability of a place and bring it to its natural conclusion, which is a third world style totalitarian Marxism where the average man or woman gets treated like garbage, gets treated worse than an animal, and the elite at the top in their mansions surrounding Los Angeles, inside of gated communities, guarded by men with guns, they don't ever get to see the real results of their policies. So that's why I filmed this video, so that everyone can see what's actually happening in Los Angeles, what the real world consequences and results are for horrendous, dehumanizing policies. So can the City of Angels be saved? Based on what I saw, it'll take a miracle.
So, Matt, you and I were having a conversation about this and about everything that's happening, not only in Los Angeles, but everywhere in the United States. So much of this, drug infested and, people with mental illness, and that leads to more drug the overdoses and drug addiction. And I said, how can this be fixed? Like, how? Because these people want to be living like this, I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, the only way is to make it a law, make it somehow put down the iron fist. But then you have the other side of the coin where people are like, no, it's cruelty. Like, you can't do that. You can't.
But
you
this
can't.
is cruelty.
Yeah.
We care more about animals than we do about human. Like they're pooping and peeing all over the ground and eating out of trash cans, and we care more about MS-13s and illegal immigrants than our people right here in our own backyard.
100%.
Wake up, people! What is going on with you?
I hate to say this, but just grab everybody and lock them up.
Yes, you gotta lay down laws.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to have some kind of jail for them, right? Not put them in prison. Prison's not going to do anything for anybody. But you spend billions of dollars and don't do anything in California.
Right.
Have some kind of place for them. Lock them up and keep them under observation and stuff like that, and authority. And you're gonna have to give supplemental
drugs.
Yeah, some kind of supplemental drug. Whatever their drug of choice is, but yeah,
you have to keep them away from each other. So there's got to be something. But on the other side of that coin is them not wanting to do that, because then they're funding the funding for all the
correct.
What do you call that?
So they have these. They make these departments. And then they put somebody over these departments. And
nonprofit things.
They allot money to them, exactly. And then if you clean up the homelessness, then the funding's going to stop. If you stop homelessness, then the income stops because you don't need it anymore.
That's right.
Or the funds get allocated to something else. If racism stops, then all these racism organizations are out of money. Then those stop. So they did a thing in New York City for the rat population, which tripled, for crying out loud, and the lady makes $175,000 a year. to monitor the rats and to try to clean up the rats. And it just got worse. And it's here we are 5-7 years later, nothing's getting any better, but they just keep, we need money, we need more money, we need more money. It's a joke. And then you say Doge is the issue. Doge.
Yeah, Doge. Yeah. So it's a sad story, and I'm telling you that the only I mean, because whoever's in charge, whoever's in, behind that desk at the Oval Office, will be the bad guy always.
Yeah, for sure. No matter what the decision is.
But really, somebody has to go in there and just do what you have to do, and I guess that's what Trump is doing. Just cut off that arm, get it done, and
just how they're doing the illegals, getting them out of here. You got to do the same thing homeless.
Yeah.
You got to just pull in there with a bunch of vehicles, throw them in the back, and then go drop them off to wherever you're dropping them off.
Yeah. And this is mandatory. This is mandatory, or
non-negotiables.
or you're going into real jail. I don't understand why. Well, because people push back on it. That's why. I don't know, but it just breaks my heart that this is happening right in our backyard, and we are worrying about these, people that are coming, and you don't even, what they're coming to add to the issue, because it's more poverty. They're not bringing assets. They're
the ones that bring the assets come here legally.
Yeah,
they go through port of entries.
Yeah.
They come in here the right way. The people that are coming here illegally just bring more debt into our country.
Yeah, it's true, totally true. All right, and now speaking of that, I want to go. There's people from everywhere standing on corners asking for money. Everywhere. It doesn't matter what state you're in. Whether it be Texas, whether it be Florida, wherever, people are asking for money, taking advantage of the situation. I want to show you this. This young couple went to, I think it was Target or something, and they found this homeless woman asking for money and asking for stuff, and they were throwing it in the garbage.
She just threw all this food away, and there are starving fucking people in the world.
So we just saw a panhandler get free
food.
food,
just gave her this food, and
her kid just threw it away.
And their family has a brand new Ford Explorer stuffed to the gills with Target bags.
Wow, dude.
Because they're only out there for the money. They're not.
Don't give her money. Go give this to the homeless shelter.
Yeah, look.
Don't give her money.
They gave them soap because they're homeless.
Like they're homeless refugees.
Yeah. I should go ask her. Be like, why are you throwing stuff away?
This is why you need discernment.
Oh, now she's trying to leave. She's leaving. Ma'am?
Ma'am? We have those here in Texas.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is there a reason why your boy threw all that food away? Someone gave him that for you guys, and you threw it away. Ma'am, that's not cool. Like, people are trying to help you. Like, we want to help, but that's not cool. Yeah, someone just gave this lady a bunch of food, and her kid threw it all in the dumpster. Brand new food, and soap, and shampoo. Wow. Crazy. So rude.
There's their car.
And there's their car. Wow, they're living good.
Nice vehicle. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
You stand on this thing. We were watching that video with the tunnels in Las Vegas.
Yes.
The guy's like, I make $300 a day.
Yeah.
$300 a day, tax free.
He said, I don't even need much. I don't need much. Yeah. He was working at the casinos. Are you talking about the same guy?
No, it's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
No, it was a different guy.
Yeah.
He goes, he had a sign that said, I'm not homeless. My wife left me, or something. He goes, I sold the sign for $200.
I remember
that guy.
Yes.
That guy.
Thank you, honey. All right. Let's go on to some real news. This is new news.
Price Hill condos Thursday morning. Cincinnati officers tracked down a stolen vehicle.
As you know, thanks to the right-wing Angel for always, having good. That's another person y'all need to follow, a right-wing angel.
Do you know we had a critical incident yesterday?
4 people get out and start running. In body cam footage released today, in just 6 seconds, police say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton aims his gun at officers.
He's got a gun!
Police shoot and kill him. Today on MLK Drive, a deputy is working traffic control for UC graduation when a driver crashes into him.
There is a connection between these 2 incidents. The driver of today's vehicle that struck a deputy has a family relationship with the 18-year-old that we shot yesterday.
Chief, is the person who hit the deputy the father of the person who was shot yesterday?
Yes.
Ryan Hinton's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton, is charged with aggravated murder in the deputy's death. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
What are you investigating? What does it investigate? Kid shot at cop, cop shot kid. Kid's father runs over cop, cop dead. What is there to investigate?
So what an awful story. Why? It's just at one after another after another. This is so bad, so bad.
We have this stuff because you don't discipline people.
That's true. That's true.
I say, I'm not. I say it over and over and over again. Life for a life isn't the answer for anything.
No, it's not.
But if you use the death penalty for stupid things like this, nobody's going to want to kill anybody if they know they're going to get a death penalty.
Well, you know what's so sad too, Matt, that nowadays people don't even care whether they live or die. You know,
yeah, clearly
they don't. They really don't. I mean, it's an unfortunate thing that this man lost his son, but there's no way that this is a comparable. I mean,
correct.
There's just insane that you would have to come to this to that resort. I mean, I don't know the pain of losing a child, you know, but and I don't ever want to experience that, you know, God forbid. But you know, even that shouldn't bring you to take the breath of someone else.
Correct.
Yeah. So this is what everybody's talking about right now, is this thing where, you know, the father killed the deputy.
Whose GoFundMe does better?
We'll see. I guess we'll talk about that in the next pod. That, you know, that it's just things that are, this is the United States. This is not supposed to be happening. Like
you're talking about a recession, but yeah, millions and millions of dollars are going to these GoFundMes for these people.
Yeah.
But we're in a recession. Get over it. Get over it. Stop watching CNN.
Oh my God, that's so true. Speaking of CNN, guess who they interviewed?
Oh, I
the
don't know.
cartel.
What?
And they asked the cartel about Trump, and wait until you see what the cartel said about Trump. Like,
he's crazy gringo. He's a crazy gringo.
So we've just entered an area of the city that is still very dangerous. After weeks of trying, our contact here on the ground has managed to secure a meeting with a member of the cartel who's involved apparently in the production of drugs. ¿Cómo estás? This man is talking to us on the condition we hide his identity and location. Can I pull up a chair? He says he produces fentanyl for the Sinaloa cartel. How safe or dangerous is this area to be in?
En estos momentos todas las áreas son peligrosas.
I mean, according to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. I mean, the cartels have been labeled a foreign terrorist organization. What do you make of that?
They are instigating.
Yes.
There's such snakes, these reporters. Instigating well, you know that Trump is, why would you even say that? Like,
I'm sure the cartel's been on a terrorist organization list for years.
Yeah, but you know, just to push that you see now.
Oh, look what Trump did.
Mm-hmm.
Está fea la situación, ¿verdad? Está fea la situación, pero pues todos
the
tenemos
situation
que comer.
is ugly.
What's your message to Donald Trump if he's watching this?
Mi respeto, él tiene que.
My respect.
Que según él buscar lo mejor para para los suyos.
He's looking out for his people.
That's right.
Pero el detalle que ya están los consumidores, pues. Si no hubiera consumidores, pues.
If they weren't, did you see what he said? He said it's because our consumers are in the United States.
Yes.
If our consumers were not buying from in the United States,
Yes.
then we wouldn't have this problem.
Correct.
We wouldn't be selling to them. But our consumers are in the United States, is what he said.
Yeah, that's probably 80% of their business.
There is a lot of violence playing out on these streets here at the moment every day, right? I mean, people are dying on a daily basis. Children are afraid to go to school. Do you have any sense of remorse over your role and your involvement in this group?
Claro que sí, creo que sí. Pues está triste la cosa, pero pues está triste la cosa, pero
it's sad. The situation is sad.
So we've just entered.
But that's all he can say is the situation is sad. You know why? Because that's the way they're eating.
Yeah, you're gonna be that's gonna be your role, or you're gonna starve. Well, it sucks.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Not that we condone any of it, but it's just the reality of it. The truth is that they don't know anything else.
Correct.
And they don't want to be on the other side of the stick.
If you're a man, if you're a strong man that needs to support his family, that's the direction you're gonna go.
Exactly. She said about the kids not going to school or whatever, and I could just not see it in his eyes because you can't see his face.
Yeah.
But I can just sense that he's probably a father. He's probably thinking the same thing. Well, my kids got to eat. My family has to eat.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play this alpha wolf thing since we're going down that line, and then I will. Wow.
I just think of that Chiefaholic documentary. Every time I think of a wolf anything. You guys got to watch that, man.
Yeah,
I'm not a movie person, but that thing
it was on Amazon. It was on Amazon Prime.
Chiefaholic.
Chiefaholics is what it was called.
That was a bad.
Very good
documentary.
Yeah, very good documentary. Very eye-opening. All right. So alpha male, head of the household, 90% of the reason why America's youth is going down the way that they're going. We need alpha fathers. We need fathers in the homes. We need alphas in the church. We need alpha fathers to take their place. But anyways, this is just a quick analogy of why the alpha wolf and how they go in packs.
A Canadian photographer captured a wolf pack's formation, and it's mind-blowing. Guess what? The leader isn't at the front.
Nope,
the three wolves leading the pack are noticeably bigger. But who would have guessed they are actually the weakest in the group? They are the oldest or sickest members. By leading the pack, they set the pace and ensure they don't get left behind.
Amen.
A smart move. However, they would also be the first casualties in an attack. The second tier is where the real strength lies. These are the young and strong wolves, quick to react and exceptionally fierce. They would swoop in to counter an attack while the old wolves engage. Then comes the third tier, the women and children of the pack. They may not be the strongest, but they are the future, so they walk in the safest position. Next up is the fourth tier. Just as tough as the second tier, they act as bodyguards, ready to defend the pack from any danger. This formation is pure genius. Even if there's a surprise attack from behind, the women and children remain safe. It also buys time for the other tiers to react and assist. And finally, there's the lone wolf, keeping a distance from the pack. He is the leader, always watching over them.
That's the alpha.
It's so amazing that this is why wolves are not extinct.
Yeah, right.
This is the reason why even the animals know their order. My goodness, even the animals know their order in order for them to survive and thrive, because anybody can survive, but are you going to survive and thrive? Are you going to have a pack? The pack of wolves always get such a bad rap, but they're smart animals. Look at how many of them. It's a big group.
Yeah, you're stronger in numbers.
Anyway, let's go into our automotive lives. And then we'll land this plane, Matt Pollard, because I know you get a little antsy when we go too long. Let me see what I want to start with.
I at least want to see our dude out of Houston.
Okay. Well, let's do the figurines.
All right.
because the figurines are so, there was a big trend, and I'm sure, I think it's still going, where you make yourself an action figure or a figurine with all the accessories or whatever. You want to skip that?
No, go.
Okay. So somebody made this, and I thought it was so genius. And Matt and I are like, the car people. So we're always like, I bet you he drives that kind of car. Or we drive by people's houses. The other day we were going to go get our raw milk. And sure enough, I'm like, honey, I know exactly every one of these houses in the middle of nowhere in Elgin, what type of people live in these homes, buy their vehicles. I'm going on and on because I can't find the video now. Where are you? I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. Figurines, action figures, according to the vehicles that they drive.
Take one.
So here's the 4Runner. I want to go one by one. The 4Runner. What's he got? He's got a gas can, a calculator, a Frappuccino, a Starbucks Frappuccino.
What is that next to the?
I don't know. Is that like a board?
Like the board you put somebody on, a backboard, and 2 calculators?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was he checking his fuel mileage?
Adventure ready.
I don't think they got the 4Runner one right.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, next.
But this one?
They got it on point, right? Is it Tacoma?
Yeah, this one's the T. Except I've had 7 Tacomas.
Here's our Tacoma guy. He's got a T-shirt on, a cap on. He's got the flannel. He's got the what's that? What's the ZYN 500?
Those things you put in your mouth.
Okay, tobacco. Yeah, and he's got
that's
IPA
beer.
Yeah, IPA beer.
That's to a T.
That's your typical Tacoma driver.
Yeah.
And the Raptor.
I don't know.
Yeah, he plays golf. He's got a gun, and I don't know what is that at the bottom. I don't know what that is at the bottom. It's a light.
It's a fog light, and then it's more. It's lower milligram dip.
That's the word, dip. That's what it's called.
Tundra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the Glock. You got the canoe. Yeah. You're going hunting.
Yeah. He's got the whole package there.
And they all have these little dip things, all of them.
Yeah, I think that maybe the company that made it made this. I don't know. All right. What about this Lexus GX 460?
I don't know why a dude would have a Gucci bag or whatever that thing is.
It's a Louis Vuitton.
I can see the Bitcoin, the King shocks, and
the jacket.
What's it called? Starts with a P. I don't know. The jacket. Yeah, I
like
can see that.
North.
Yeah, the other brand that starts with a P. I'm not that bougie.
And he's got tattoos.
Oh yeah,
he's inked.
Yeah, definitely.
The Honda Ridgeline.
100%.
The Honda Ridgeline.
Marquez.
What does the guy have?
He's got a leaf blower. He's got some
the fold-up chair.
The fold-up chair.
Some
a hot dog.
Pliers. And the coffee, what do you do? The coffee thing, the coffee mug,
Stanley Cup or whatever. The Swiss Army knife.
The Yeti. He's got a Yeti.
That's it. That's to a T. That's the suburban truck owner.
Okay, so again,
you take this
somebody else made this, not us. So this is an Outback, Subaru Outback, and it is, I think it's a female. It has to be a female because the stereotype is, and I'm not afraid to say it, in the automotive world, that the LGBT are very fond of the Subaru vehicle, and it's a fact. You look it up. But anyway, so they have this, and I'm guessing this is a woman dressed as a man, and her articles are camping gear. It looks like camping, and she looks like a lumberjack.
She's like a female lumberjack.
Female lumberjack, yep. And so that's not too far-fetched, y'all.
With my haircut. It's not cool. I don't like it.
And the Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, heck yeah.
The Jeep Wrangler is your typical Texan, is what it looks like to me.
Those Jeeps are pavement princesses. They don't go off-road.
I can't stop it where it is. Anyways, it's a guy with shorts, right? There he is.
Yeah.
Shorts.
With a $5 Harbor Freight gift card.
That's hilarious. All right. H-Town. This I had. It's a song, you know, and we're probably gonna get copyrighted for it. But this guy H-Town, y'all follow him on Instagram. He does lights. He does these crazy light shows on homes, and now he did it on a vehicle, and we had to show it because it's the coolest thing, and like it's on point. Every single note and everything.
If you keep it under 30 seconds, it'll be fine.
It is under 30 seconds. It is.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
All right, you're off.
The actual what do you call those? The equalizer.
The equalizers.
That's the best part when the beat starts. Really cool, really clever. You gotta follow him, H-Town. Lights, I think it's called, but he does tremendous light shows and all kinds. It's not even only Christmas. It's all kinds of. All right.
All right, everyone, please like, subscribe, and share. Help us get this up in the algorithm. A lot of things to come, so stay tuned with collaborations and new podcasts is coming and all kinds of things. Again, keep an eye out for all the other entities we have. If you're looking to start your own business and you don't want to get involved with inventories or any startup costs, you know, we're looking, if you're good at sales, we have the energy company.
Think Energy, the QR code. I put it right there so you can scan it. And for those that don't know how to scan a QR code while you're on your device, all you have to do is take a screenshot of it, go to your photos, and when you see the photo, just hold down to the QR code. Just hold down to it, and it'll bring up the link, like Safari or whatever you use for internet, and it'll bring you right to where you want to go.
For sure,
yeah, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. Actually, I had a couple people reach out to me. How do I get it? I'm on my phone, you know, but. And so, PTL Global. PTL Global is our consultant business. So if you are looking to get into the service department for whatever it is that you need in the service department, in the automotive field, reach out to us, info@ptlautoworks.com. Send us an email and we'll get back to you. And so we can do the whole review and everything. It's simple. And we do one-on-one consultations. So info@ptlautoworks.com.
Yes, go there.
The Riverside app, if you want to do your own podcast. Also, I'll put the information for the Riverside app so you can start for free. You can start doing the same thing we're doing right now.
Yeah, video podcasting is the way to go.
Yes, it is.
Spotify has videos right on there. So if you don't even watch on YouTube, you can watch on Spotify. So video podcasting is the way to go.
Don't forget to subscribe and share. Everybody, send it to everybody you know. There's something for everybody in this podcast, The Automotive Truth. What we do, and remember, Jesus is Lord. To the glory of God the Father. Jesus, he's the only way to live is to live through Jesus Christ.
Amen. True in the holy way. All right, y'all, we got to go. We out.
Bye.